millionaire, and you don't welsh on your bets, Joe said. And I warned you that my Sherry's car was going to win the race. True. Rafe smiled and remembered the scene at the King Construction family picnic a month ago. The children of employees spent months building cars that would then race on a track made especially for the event. In the spirit of competition, Rafe had bet against Joe's daughter's bright pink car. Sherry had left everyone else standing at the gate. That would teach him to bet against a female. Good thing you let your brothers do all the talking at the picnic, Joe was saying. Otherwise, these guys would recognize you. That's just the way Rafe liked it, he thought. He left the publicity in the more public areas of the business to two of his brothers, Sean and Lucas. Between the three of them, they had built King Construction into the biggest construction firm on the West Coast. Sean handled the corporate side of things, Lucas managed the customer base and crews, and Rafe was the go-to guy for supplies, parts, and anything else needed on a site. Lucky me, he muttered, then looked up at the rumble of another truck pulling up to the front of the house. Right behind him, a smaller truck parked, and the two men got out and walked toward them. Joe stepped up. Steve, Arturo, this is Rafe Cole. He'll be working the job with you guys. Steve was tall, about 50, with a wide grin, wearing a t-shirt proclaiming a local rock band. Arturo was older, shorter, and wearing a shirt stained with various colors of paint. Well, Rafe thought, he knew which one of them was the painter. We ready? Steve asked. As we'll ever be. Joe turned and pointed to the side of the house. There's an RV access gate there. Want to pull the trailer in her backyard? Easier to get to, and it'll keep thieves out. Right. Joe positioned his truck and trailer through the gate, and in minutes, they were busy. Rafe jumped in. It had been a few years since he'd spent time on a site, but that didn't mean he'd forgotten anything. His father, Ben King, hadn't been much of a dad, but he had run the construction arm of the King family dynasty and made sure that every one of his sons, all 8 of them, spent time on job sites every summer. He figured it was a good way to remind them that being a king didn't mean you had an easy ride. They'd all grumbled about it at the time, but Rafe had come to think that that was the one good thing their father had done for any of them. We did the walkthrough last week, Joe was saying, and Rafe listened up. The customers got everything cleaned out, so Steve and Arturo can start the demo right away. Rafe, you're going to hook up a temporary cooking station for Ms. Charles on her enclosed patio. Rafe just looked at him. Temporary cooking? She can't eat out during a kitchen rehab like everyone else? She could, a female voice answered from the house behind them. But she needs to be able to bake while you're fixing her kitchen. Rafe slowly turned to face the woman behind that voice and felt a hard punch of something hot slam into him. She was tall, which he liked. Nothing worse than having to hunch over to kiss a woman. She had curly, shoulder-length red hair and bright green eyes. She was smiling, and the curve of her mouth was downright delectable. And none of that information made him happy. He didn't need a woman, didn't want a woman, and, if he did, he sure as hell wouldn't be going for one who had white picket fences practically stamped on her forehead. Rafe just wasn't the home and hearth kind of guy. Still, that didn't mean he couldn't enjoy the view. Morning, Ms. Charles, Joe said. Got your crew here. Arturo and Steve you met the other day during the walkthrough, and this is Rafe. Nice to meet you, she said. Her green eyes locked with his, and for one long, humming second, there seemed to be a hell of a lot of heat in the air. But call me Katie, please. We're going to be spending a lot of time together after all. Right. So, what's this temporary cooking station about? Rafe asked. I bake cookies, she told him. That's my business, and I have to be able to fill orders while the kitchen is being redone. Joe assured me it wouldn't be a problem. It won't be, Joe said. Of course, you won't be able to cook during the day.